What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Get some things put in place so I can see and hear all of you. Well, so you can hear me and I can see you. So, testing out a new microphone today. So the guys, let me know if you can hear me better. If there's a lot of background noise, we can switch to some other microphones. So, yeah, welcome. Hey, you know what? Let's do this. I'll move this to this side. This way it's kind of more in my face. And so, okay, cool. So apparently everybody can hear me. That's good. What's up? So we'll kind of jump right in. This is stabbing my side. Ow. Helmet motorization. Okay, so disclaimer. First thing I want to say to anybody who came here expecting to leave, this is not a tutorial. This is not an ABC. I'm going to show you how to motorize a helmet, and you're going to learn, you're going to leave here and be able to do it perfectly. That's not what this is. This is me showing you the methods I use to actually get a helmet motorized. What you need to look for, what the testing phase basically. Because there will never be a perfect tutorial for this. There'll never be like this perfect step-by-step tutorial, because I mean, if you look around the room alone, this is a 96% scale CG Trader helmet. This is a 96% scale Thingiverse V2. That's the Thingiverse V1 at 100%. That's the CG Trader at 100%. There's the DO3D helmet over there. There's the Star Boost helmet over there. There are so many different helmets. Like, there's so many different Mark 85s alone. Go and try to find a Mark 3 or a Mark 7 helmet. There's like 50, 60 different versions. And they're all going to assemble together. They're all going to fit together differently. So, though I might be able to motorize this individual Mark 85 helmet one particular way, the hinges and placement on this helmet will never work for this Thingiverse helmet, even though they're both Mark 85s. So I just wanted to take you guys through a little bit of the testing phases I do, what I look for in placement. This isn't motorization in the electronic side. I've kind of already showed you guys how to hot wire the servos, and whether you're using a hot wired servo or an Arduino, you're still going to need to work on positioning your arms. It doesn't matter if you how you're going to power it. If you can't get it to open and close without power, there's no way you're going to get it to work with power. So I hope that makes sense. Yeah, there's a lot to go over, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun. I looked into the hinges with the CG Trader helmet. So the CG Trader helmet, we're going to talk about that, but it actually comes with these really cool print-in-place hinges. And these are very useful for testing. The only downside of these is once you put them in, they're kind of locked in permanently because you need to glue them in. I like these for different reasons. However, yeah, we're going to talk about those. I wish I could give you guys the files for these, but since it's a paid STL, I can't. However, if somebody wanted to go out there and maybe model a free set, they're pretty easy to design. I just don't know how to do any, CAD drawing or drafting or anything like that. So I'll leave that to somebody who knows what the hell they're doing. You're not going to fall over, are you? Don't fall over. We are going to discuss basket weaving. I have my needles here. I have, they print it out perfectly. I'm gripping the tabs, and they rotate just fine. Some of them I can even spin and helicopter with. It's orientation. Don't print them standing up like this. Print them on the side. Cool. Yeah, hot glue gun. There's a couple different things I do. Unfortunately, the one way I do get the hinges kind of in place to test, I don't have. It's double-sided 3M automotive tape, and it's great. Tony Stark down there turned me, I've always used it for other things, but I never thought about using it for hinges, and it works absolutely great for testing. So I only have one actual motorized helmet right now, but I have 2 with hinges. So this is my only actual motorized helmet currently because I'm going through some stock. So here, we'll get in a good position. We'll move this around. I want you guys to be able to see everything I'm doing because this wouldn't be much of a video if you couldn't see shit. So I think we can work with that, right? The reason I asked is there's intersecting bodies within the CAD that didn't slice nice for me. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, cool. So we'll move some things around. Please hold. Your call is being transferred. I guess you guys can hear me pretty well, right? So let's make sure we got some light. Unfortunately, I have a black mask, so that's kind of shitty for this. But we'll live. All right, so this right now is my only motorized helmet, and it works on the DP dual pull, dual throw switch. And it works very well, actually. It's a little violent, but we're working with it, you know? And this is a prototype helmet that me and Tony Stark down there have been working on. Cool. Oh, this is nothing. This is actually messy for me. I hate it. So, what's nice about this helmet is the jaw comes off. So I can kind of move this around and get this out of the way. And so here are the hinges. Take a screenshot, look at it, because this is the whole video. I'm just going to sit here and hold this while you guys try to duplicate it. So have fun. I'm not kidding. This is it. This is the whole video. Yeah, anyway, I think we need to discuss. I think it's time to let the cat out of the bag. I mean, honestly, it won't really matter to those who don't have the helmet file anyway, but what we have here is a failure to communicate. No. So, basically, it's hard to explain. All right, so to make the ease of motorizing a helmet a little bit easier, what good old Tony Stark has done there, he has actually designed brackets that print with the helmet. And the servos, I don't know if you can see this, hold on. The servos just drop right into place. This printed with the actual CG Trader helmet. He modified the helmet itself. Now this is the real cheap, easy way. This is the this is the lazy way out, if you will. But even this wasn't a 100% guarantee way on how to motorize the helmet. As you can see, even with the drawings and the design he did, this is where the hinges were originally supposed to go, right in there. However, it didn't work well. The way the mask was opening, the arms were in the wrong spot. So what was happening is it would open just fine, but when the servo arm flipped down, what it would do is it would make the mask curl in. These are the helper arms. I had somebody message me a while ago saying they couldn't get their helmet motorized properly. It would open, but it wouldn't close. They had no helper arms. They were just trying to motorize it with these top hinge arms. So there was nothing to stop the mask from kind of flipping and flopping all around. And that was a problem. You need these helper arms to kind of help line it up and keep it into place. And the action on this one's pretty well. It doesn't open up too much, which this one came out pretty damn nice. Now you can see there's a little bit of a fitment alignment issue, and this actually is because of the length of the arms. Now, when I go to motorize a helmet, I'm going to take you guys through a little bit of the steps I do. And we'll come back to this neat design in a minute. We'll put you down here for now. Cool. We can do... I think we'll do this helmet. Yeah, cool. Do you think you... I don't know anything about the Marvel Legends helmet. The CR10 Max has auto leveling. Nacho Camacho, anything can be motorized. You just have to try it. Okay, so we have this helmet here. Let's move this out of this way. So this is the Thingiverse version 1 helmet, right? This is a pretty popular helmet when it comes to this type of stuff. I like this helmet a lot. It prints very easily and nicely. However, how is your fitment? That's the first thing you need to look at here, okay? Now, the Mark 85 helmets were never meant to be motorized. They just weren't. They were never designed like that. It's a nanotech helmet. So what you want is you want everything to fit real nicely, right? You want all these seams to be gone. But by doing that, you make this face mask a lot harder to take off, because in order to get it to motorize, you need this to lift out and not hit or collide anything. So this needs to come out in such a perfect way. And there I have the magnet tabs on it. So this needs to lift up in such just a beautiful and perfect way where it wants to go back to its resting place, but then it's also just as easy to lift up. So if your mask isn't aligned, don't start trying to motorize it yet. You need to take your time and get all your fitment and alignment done, because it's just going to look like crap if you try to go and do this afterwards. So you're going to want your mask to come in and out nice and smooth. I had to do a lot of sanding down here at the lips to make sure that this slid in properly. Now, I don't know if you guys saw a lot of the video. You might have seen some of it. This was actually the first helmet I had motorized nicely. This, the white camo helmet over here, this was my first motorized helmet, the version 1 Thingiverse helmet, or version 2 Thingiverse helmet. The one you see in the videos where I'm touching my fingers together, that's that helmet just repainted, and that one's going away. It has hinges, but it's not motorized anymore. This helmet was the black helmet that was supposed to go to my Mark 85 suit, and I had this motorized a lot better, and there's actually still some remnants of it. You can actually see where I broke off the old hinges, and now it's just a magnetic faceplate, and this is for somebody else. But you need that fitment good. Let's see. Gold colors bond, 20 users score. Cool. Anyway, so the fitment needs to be good, okay? And we'll actually come take a look at this one too. Don't fall. Oh, you're gonna fall. So I would suggest this idea to anybody who's looking to motorize a helmet. Get the hinges working first. So watch. This helmet's not motorized, but it has 4 hinges in it. Can you guys see all that? Let me get rid of this. So this helmet has 4 independent hinges. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually add some elastic bands in here to get it to actually, when you lift it open, it'll stay up. I might try magnets. There's a couple things I want to try. But this is a great experiment for you to figure out where you need to place the arms, where you need to place everything and get it to work. I think I just broke one of the hinges. Yep. So because it wasn't on there well enough, I actually just popped one of the hinges off because it was just very, very lightly superglued. And you can see all the remnants from my original motorization. There's platforms and rafts, and this helmet sucks. I hate this helmet so much. I'm so excited to get rid of it and never see it again. But you need to learn about the movement arms and the range of motion and the angles, because if you notice, these hinges are a lot smaller. So the hinges that I'm using for this helmet right there, and I have a size comparison right here. So these are the lengths of the hinges that are currently in this helmet, okay? And this is actually one of the ones Tony Stark printed for me, or made for me. So that's the length of the normal hinge that I'm using for this, okay? And then this is one of those print-in-place hinges. Obviously, one's a lot longer, so they're going to need to be positioned very differently. Now, in this helmet over here, good guy Tony Stark, this distance right here was made for this tiny hinge right here, okay? So this was made just like that to screw in there and there. It wasn't working too well. We had to mess with the angles. So then I tried one of these print-in-place hinges and just had to move it up a little bit, and it gives it a much better range of motion. So it's a little bit of a trial and error. And unfortunately, that's what people don't want to try with this. I know it's frustrating not to have a perfect step-by-step guide. I promise you I get that. But when you're dealing with something like this with so many variables, you need to experiment. You need to print some hinges out and start playing with your... Is it me or is anyone else here light squeaking? Yeah, so that's the Ender 3. It's really loud and annoying. I'm sorry. I can do this though. Please hold. Is that squeaking noise gone now? Cool, that's done. Cool, all right. So let's talk more, okay, guys? Let's get this. I unplugged. I paused the Ender 3 because it is ungodly loud. No, it's yeah. You just haven't been the same after the snap. Cool. Yeah. I only have one other. I have one of my CR10s going, but it just got a silent board, so it's much quieter now, and it's awesome. I need to get a silent board for my Ender 3. Cool. Wow, I can't believe you guys were picking all that up. That's amazing. If that print doesn't resume perfectly, I'm blaming all of you. No failed prints today. None. No failed prints. It's not happening. Okay. So these, let me send it back. Okay. So I just sent something in the chat. Okay. What's that? What's that buffering bar? Is that the emoji? It's really cute. Cool. So the file I just sent is for the free Thingiverse hinges. Hey, it's new. Cool. So these are the free Thingiverse hinges. Now, if you go to that link, it just says Iron Man hinge. Okay, and these are the hinges I've been using for everything until I discovered these print and place hinges. And this file set gives you a lot of stuff, and I like it a lot. It's going to give you arms that are almost as long as this one. Okay, let's see. You can't see. Sorry. Let me change the angle. Okay. So let's do, yeah, just like that. Cool. So it's going to give you arms that are about this length, and it's going to give you the same arms, just a little longer. It's also going to give you these cool mounts that actually help with aligning the servos. And let's see, is this it? This might be it. Oh no, these ones are too small. These are the little guys. Is this it? This might be it. Just trying to figure myself out. So these are little spacers, so when you put the big servos in there, you can actually see the screw holes line up. So it's like an all-in-one kit. I really like this whole setup. It gives you a lot of stuff. It also gives you, and it might be hard to see. Yeah, we should be able to see it in here. Okay. Where is it? So I don't know if you guys can see it, unfortunately. I'm trying here. So, oh yeah, right there, perfect. Right there. There are these tabs. They're these little cylinder tabs that you can glue and weld into place, and they have holes already lined up in them. So I'm actually going to take these out, and so we can look better at the face mask. You keep saying, you need to make a saying on the shirt, no failed prints today. That Thingiverse link I sent, that's the kit I'm talking about. Download all of those and print like 2 of each. These are really, really in there. So I don't know if you guys can see this little kit above me with all the screws and stuff. I bought that for working on my printers. It's a whole set of M5, M4, and M3 size screws. And it has been so beneficial. It comes with just a bunch of these little screws. They're little hex screws. And it's helped me so much with modifying my printers. And conveniently, when you print the Thingiverse files, they love these M4 screws. They're the perfect size for these hinges. And they thread in beautifully with no issues. And let's go and take this last screw out. It's probably going to break because I super glued it like a jerk. Okay, taking that out, taking that out, taking that out. Oh, you guys can probably hear me if I mumble under my breath too. All right, cool. So here are all the hinges in the face mask. All right. So that kit, that Thingiverse kit, it comes with this cool, see this little bracket right here, this kind of curved bracket. It comes with this, and this is, I mean, this alone is so valuable to motorizing the faceplate because you can glue this anywhere you want up and down the faceplate. And it has 2 little tabs, and right here I have a little nut and bolt right from that kit. Let's see, right in there. So you can see right there the little nut and bolt. and it was a little bit of a pain to install. And then over here you can see where I put the tabs on, and the holes are already lined up, so they're actually, you can, once you PLA is soft enough that once you actually push the screw in, you can actually screw and unscrew these hinges. So these hinges are nice and removable, which I like. Now if you were to go and glue these in, you wouldn't be able to take them out. So this is kind of where I would start. I would get this glued in, and then you have, and it comes with these little helper tabs, these little brackets, and these need to be mounted inside the widow's peak. And then you can see the hinge moving. I hope everybody's following so far. Once you look at that kit, that file on Thingiverse, a lot of this is going to make a lot more sense. Now, I want to point out one big problem with the Mark 85 helmet, and why motorizing it also is kind of a pain in the ass. Everything is in that link I sent. Everything. Download it and look at it. Oh, you mean a link for these? No, these are purchased with the CG Trader helmet. They come with the files, so you're going to need to buy the CG Trader helmet to get these, or somebody can, you know, model these. Okay? Cool. All right. So here's the Mark 85 helmet, right? And you can see up here in the widow's peak, that looks terrible for my plastic welding, this isn't flat, right? So you're taking this curved structure right here and you're trying to mount a servo. So you're trying to mount a flat servo on a not flat surface, because you want this to stick out the side, right? You want this to kind of come out and be sticking out like that, right? And if you were to look at it like this, it would be, you know, sticking out something like that. So you need to figure out how you're going to mount this servo on a not flat surface. So one of the first things I'll do is, if I'm about to go and motorize that helmet, and you can see I did it here just very, very bad. I actually took some extra raft material and I made a flat spot. So see all this? And you might be able to see it right here. So this whole bracket I added with extra raft material. And now it's a flat surface. Now it's a nice flat surface for me to actually go and mount these arms on. So this, I think, should be the first thing you do. Now this one, again, this was like one of the first, this is the first helmet. Yeah, the curve in the widow's peak is a pain. So I could have cut this a lot better. I still might before I send this off. But again, this was my testing helmet. And you need to make that curve flat somehow. Use a raft. If you're good in Fusion's 360 or whatever, maybe you could just extrude that and make it flat, you know? But then it's gonna add to your print time and it's gonna mess with the geometry of it. So just be considerate if you're gonna go and do something like that. But you need to make that flat, okay? Once that's flat, you need to start looking at inside your faceplate. And this, I wouldn't really mount this just yet. But what I'll do, and let's do it on... Do I want to put tape on this? Yeah, I can put tape on this. I'll put tape on this. All right. So then, cool. We made our widow's peak flat, right? Now we know we're good to go. Faceplate's in. Now comes the fun testing phase. So now, what I'll do is I'll tape my face mask in. I'll tape it down so it doesn't move. Okay? Done. Easy. Now this will give you a good look on the inside of the helmet and what you want to do. Working on for the dual. If you want to discuss the curved mount, we are working on for the dual servo. Yeah, I can talk about that in a minute. So what I would go and do now is I wouldn't worry so much about the servo. I would actually start working with the side arms first. I would start trying to mount these, and whatever you have, if you have these print in place hinges, awesome. If you downloaded that kit from Thingiverse, you're gonna have those two little tabs in here. I have an idea. Hold on. We'll use this. Okay. I have a little pointer ruler thing. So if you're looking at these tabs right here and right here, what I would do is I would screw them in. So basically they're not glued in yet. You have your servo arm, right? And you're going to screw the little tabs together. And however you want to temporarily mount them. If you want to use hot glue, if you want to try to use double-sided tape, if you want to use that double-stick automotive tape, or like, you know, the 3M tape that comes on the bottom of these all this, you know, sticky stuff. You need to think about how the mask is going to open, okay? When you swing it open, you don't want it to have to swing down first. You want it to basically lift out and then up. So if you pay attention to how your face mask is going to come forward, and I'm looking at the jaw right here, I want it to kind of go immediately in an upwards direction. So if I pay attention to where I mounted my hinge, it's not going to have to go down before it starts coming up. And I kind of hope that makes sense. It's hard to explain without you actually doing it and messing around with it. You need to start getting the helmet, the face mask, to pop out and then lift up. Now these short arms are actually a pretty good length for not making the faceplate open too much. So I would mount these in place and then you just start messing around with it. So I'm actually going to put these back on and I'm going to throw these screws back in and we're going to look at what the faceplate does just with these side arms, okay? And I can catch up to the chat. Are those big? They are pretty big. Not sure if you plan to talk more in depth about the servo, but I feel like you should mention to make sure you buy ones with metal gears. Oh yeah, okay. So here, that's a very good point. So I don't think all right, cool. So these are plastic. These are soft gear 90s, SG 90s. These are plastic servos. Now I've used these before. They're very delicate. They're very, very easy to break. I don't recommend these. They're good for testing. They're cheap. They're expendable. But go out and get the MG 90s. Now this isn't an MG 90. This is a different type of metal servo for model planes and stuff. It's very thin and compact, and it's way stronger than these SG 90s. So these are, but this was $13 for this one servo because it's so slim and strong. Awesome, I can design those, no problem with these dimensions. Oh. Could you attach the servo arm by PLA welding? Dayton White, in what way do you mean? Do you mean like these little tabs down here? That's exactly how I attach them. Or you can attach these too, but again, that makes it permanent. So these are MG 996Rs. These are gigantic servos. These are some beefy Metal Gear servos. So you can see the size difference here. Yeah, Weenie Hut Jr. and Weenie Hut Sr. over here. So, but they make these with Metal Gear, but they're just a little more expensive. Use the metal ones for sure. Thank you for bringing that up. Okay, so this arm is attached back in, and let's go and screw the other arm back in. Unfortunately, guys, it's a lot of trial and error. It really, really is. Without a nice kit to just install, it's a lot of testing. And this doesn't even talk about how you're going to power it, and that's another video entirely. And I promise I am working on these. So what I'll do is, all right, actually, hold on, let me talk about this real fast. I wish I had some of them out. I guess I can show you on these. All right, so that Thingiverse file, right, that has these little tabs right here, okay? They're not perfectly flat on the bottom. Now, I don't know if you can see this. That one's a bad one. Let's try that one. There we go. So can you guys see that that is not perfectly flat on the bottom? It's curved, right? And that's to help compensate. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Hey, there it is. So that curvature is meant to help you compensate with the fact that the helmet is angled. It's not perfectly straight, right? And you can kind of see that effect. You can see how the hinge arms are kind of flared out to the left and right. And that's actually what this is meant to help you align with. So what I'll do is I'll sit there and I'll put the hinges in the helmet and I'll kind of move them around and I'll rotate this bottom part until it's nice and flat. And again, it's a lot of testing. It's all right, move this here. All right, that's gonna go there. All right, you can spin this around until it's nice and flat. And that double stick tape really helps with that on actually positioning this. But once you have that down, it's a lot easier to figure out. Now, this helmet's weird because the faceplate right here, I don't know if you guys can see, yeah, you can see it. So the faceplate is perfectly flush with the helmet. So there's no actual, yeah, you can see it right there. It's perfectly flush. But then if we go over to, let's see, not that one, this one, there you go. Then we go to the CG Trader helmet, and you can see right here, the faceplate, it's recessed. There's a lip right here. And so you need to kind of figure out, and actually have these arms on backwards. This deeper, longer tab should have went here. And what that's gonna do, it's gonna help level out the arm. And while this one works well, you can see just how kicked out those arms are. And it opens up pretty nicely, but they're wanting to swing out, and it's actually putting a little bit of stress on these arms. I should have put them the other way. I should have put them so the longer tab was on the face mask, and what that would have done is it would have made the arms straighter. Let's put that back down there. Okay, cool. So those tabs aren't perfectly straight, flat on the bottom, so that'll help with your positioning. And get them glued in, get them taped in, however, just don't permanently affix them. But now we have both the arms in. Let's pop our tape off without ruining this paint job, because I felt like doing my most complicated helmet for some reason. Yep, that was smart. All right. Beveled edge. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with a beveled edge. That's the word. All right. So now there's no hinges in the top of the helmet right now, okay? None. But it still opens. And it opens a lot, actually. I'm making a mess. Making a big old mess. It's giving me anxiety. Cool. So you can see how much this helmet opens, and that just looks silly, right? But it works, okay? There's no binding. It drops back into place. So now what you need is something to lift the mask open, right? So this is what I would do first. So our helmet opens and closes. Now I can twist it and tilt it because there's no structure to it, right? But if I tighten these arms down enough, and I mean really screwed them down so they barely could move, there was no wobble, theoretically this mask should open perfectly straight. And this, if this is off, if one of your hinges is off, your helmet's gonna open crooked like that. It's gonna look all weird and stuff. Feed me, Seymour. Yeah, it looks all sad and stuff. Cool. Either everyone's left the chat, or now it's cool. So yeah, so you're gonna want to do the sides first. Now what you want to feel for is that binding I was talking about. Really, the best way is to just grab the jaw and lift it up, because if this won't come out, if something's getting hit up here, so if I push down on this doesn't open, right? If something's grabbing or binding up here, but if it opens nice and smooth, that face mask is nice and fit. We should have no problem putting any power to this at all, okay? So I'm comfortable with that. Now, right now it's grinding and touching the top of the helmet. We don't want that, obviously. But when we put the two arms here, that's gonna help lift up the front of the helmet too. So it's gonna come out and just lift up and sit up. Now your arm length and positioning, like I said, matters a lot for this, and you really need to pay attention to that. But I'm pretty happy with that. Yep. And what I was talking about before, if you put these the helper arms in the wrong spot, when your mask comes down, it'll do that. It'll fold forward because the arms just aren't in the right spot. So if you're having that problem where it's just subducting, like it'll open just fine, but then when it closes, you're going to need to reposition your helper arms. So let's close that back up, and we'll tape this back up. We know our helper arms work. And I'm actually debating if I want to haphazardly throw a servo in here live with you guys, just to see if we can get this to work. I don't have the setup for it though. We might have to opt out of that one. Okay, cool. All right. So then next up, what I would do is, you know what, we're gonna take one of these out and try something. So bear with me for a second. You guys can hit me with some questions if you want while I modify this helmet. And where did I put there? There it is. No, that's not it. We can do that. All right, I gotta take this mask off one more time because I have an idea. We're gonna try something here, guys. Okay. It'll either work perfectly or it won't. The MG90s aren't too big. These are the 90s. These are the 99s. Big difference. Now, if your helmet can fit the 99s, go for it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. How long does it take? How long does what take? That was a very broad question. Cool. All right, so let's do this. So I stopped scratching this damn paint job. All right, so we're gonna do, that one's already secured, so we need to pop this one off. All right. Yeah, so that's what we're about to talk about. The placement of the faceplate bracket. That's what we're about to go into. And let's see if I can't. I know I have one. Is this it? Will this work? No, that won't work. There. And just looking for some stuff, guys. Sorry. There we go. So if you use this kit, if you use this file from Thingiverse, it's kind of already in a predetermined width. Because of this bracket right here, you can only have the 1 or 2 servos that far apart. Like that is locked in. I guess you could put them on the inside too. Like you could put these, I don't have to put the arm there, I could put it here. But I don't know why you would do that. It's gonna hit the widow's peak. So this is as far as your servos are going to need to be apart, which is exactly how far Tony Stark made them in the other one. So that's kind of cool. And then when you get your servos, you're going to get a couple different things. So you're going to get a bunch of different arms. You're going to get your cool little servos, and then you're going to get these cool little tabs and arms. And my hand is white and washed out, so you can see these. And do I have a hot wired servo? I think I have some in here. And I have no idea if these still work. So let's find out if these even still work, okay? No clue. They should run just fine. Okay, cool. They do work, but I think they're stripped out like a mother right now. And I don't have time to rewire others. So what we're gonna do, I guess I could use the metal ones. Talking to myself. And let's see, this one should still work fine. That one's locked. Well, let's go the other way. All right, cool. So we're gonna use this little Metal Gear servo. I love saying that. All right, and we're gonna make an arm, if you will. So the arms come with a lot of different attachments, and what I'm doing is stripping this one down. So it used to look like so now I just cut one side off, and all right. So now it's mounted on my arm, okay? But I'm gonna pop that back off because what we're gonna need to do is get this attached to one of the servo arms. Now, depending on which ones you printed out, some of them have holes in them and some of them don't. None of these do, unfortunately. And what I mean by that is you can see, maybe you can't see. Oh yeah, you can. There's the main hole where the screw goes through, but there's 2 small screws holes that I put on there, and this is to line up that arm, that Metal Gear Solid. So you need to mount one of these action arms actually to the little servo arm, okay? And now I'm getting nervous about using this little Metal Gear servo, so I think we're gonna go for it, and yeah, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna use the big one. Screw it. YOLO. Because I actually have this one. All right. So here's the arm on the Metal Gear servo, okay? It comes right off. I'm never making another camo helmet again. Sorry, that's just not happening. That was a one-time thing for a friend. Okay. Okay. This will make more sense in a second, guys. Sorry. Just trying to get it rebuilt I think this is the one I took off anyway, so I shouldn't have even taken it off. The next Star Boost video, I should have it up this week. I got a lot done, like print-wise. The whole upper body's done. Okay, so we have two arms here now, right? One has the little tab on it and one doesn't. So I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay. So now this will actually mount up to my servo. See it? These servos have a very, very wide range of motion. Over, I think it's 200 degrees. Okay. So that's one way. That's the other way. And they're just screwed in with some of the screws that actually come with the kit. There you go. I wouldn't, you'd have to do a lot of testing to use them with paintball. So now we have to get off. No, that's the one I want to leave on. The nut came off. Of course it did. Oops. Just trying to reattach this side. I hope you guys are getting information out of this. I know it's just me kind of babbling and just yelling at you, but I hope this is helping you guys understand what needs to go into actually motorizing these helmets. It can be controlled by an Arduino, or you can hotwire it like I showed in that my other video. Okay, so this arm's in place, and I'm going to show you a nice way to do this, but I need to get this other arm off, and it's because what's up, Tony? Giving away all my secrets? Okay. So I just took off that one arm and I'm swapping it out for the arm that actually has the servo mount on it. And this will all make sense in a second, I promise. Thanks, Tony. You're the best. In the past couple days, in the past 2 days, I've had someone tell me I look like Tom Holland, and I had somebody tell me I look like Andrew Garfield from The Amazing Spider-Man. And it was all has to do with that picture I posted in the suit when I'm just holding the helmet. Comment hashtag Tom if you agree. Been waiting for this video, just finished printing my mask the other day. Well, I hope this is helping you, Greg. Okay, so let's pay attention here. Okay, oh, better, much better. So now I have I know my action arms work, right? I tested these, they're in a good spot, but they're not permanent yet, okay? And then I have this bracket. Imagine if this bracket wasn't fused into my helmet. I can't take it out right now, I'm sorry, and I don't have another one printed. This video idea was a little last minute. So imagine there's no faceplate here, okay? It's just this faceplate bracket, okay? My arms are attached to it. One side is ready for a servo, and the other side is ready for this special mount. So this is a dummy arm, okay? So this is the same height as the actual servo. And I can show you, we'll do this. Yeah, no, that one, screw that one. That one's stupid. Not my Tom. You can't have the Edith glasses back. I'm in high school and I want to make bad choices with them. So here is the dummy servo arm, okay? See it just spinning? So this is the exact same height so you see where this gear is on this servo? These are the exact same height if I was to mount them. And I hope that makes sense. So this is the dummy side. Now what we're gonna do is put this back together, because now we have the hinges in there. We're gonna open this. My goal is to actually get this to move for you guys. I wasn't planning on it, but I think we can do it if you guys are patient with me. It might be a little ghetto, but ghetto is what I do. Cool, thanks Tony Stark. I'll have you guys know that Mr. Tony Stark over there is like way smarter than I am. He just doesn't seek and crave attention on YouTube with a bunch of other people. He doesn't need validation. He's just a good guy. Mysterio. That's awesome. We got everybody. Can somebody like change the name to like J. Jones Jameson or something? That'd be kind of funny. Okay, cool. So, real quick, let's just verify that those arms aren't too tight. All right, so we can still open and close, right? With just the side action arms. Looks good, looks bad. Cool. So let's tape that back down. And actually, we're gonna get some duct tape because we're really gonna go ham in this. Okay, stay. You know what? I've got to move something real quick. I don't trust it. Cool. All right. All right. Good guy, Tony. You're the mechanic. He's the boss. All right. Awesome. So let's move this around a little bit more. I hate how washed out this is getting. I'm sorry, guys. All right. I figured out audio. We figured out video. Now I got to work on my lighting. So it's a learning process. Okay. So these side action arms are in. We'll do that. All right. Now, like I said, imagine if this bracket wasn't in there, okay? And what we're going to want to do is we're going to hook up a servo to it. Let me just screw this back in. Oh, so if you guys print these, hold on, let me interject right now, okay? Couple things. If you print these brackets, the free Thingiverse helmet, so I'm gonna put that back, I'll put that back in the chat. It's not letting me pin comments. I thought it did, but it's not letting me pin any this time. No, I don't want to print. Who are you? That. So if you print all these files and you're sitting here and you're trying to get a screw through, right? You're trying to screw these in. And they won't go in, they're just too tight. You can do a couple things. My method is, and be careful with it, I'll actually hold the screw over a candle or like a lighter for just a few seconds, and that'll heat up the threads, and you'll actually be able to go in there and then tap, and you'll actually be able to go and then tap the screw into place, and it'll make its own threads. You could also inadvertently take a lighter and heat up. So actually one of these wasn't getting a screw through it. Hold on, which one is it? One of them didn't fit. That one fits. That one, okay. So I can't get the screw through that one, all right? Really quickly, just heat it up just a little bit. It goes right through. And what I'll do is I'll move it. You just kind of basically thread it back and forth, and I'll blow on it to get it to cool down a little bit quicker. And now that screw goes through perfectly just fine. And this will let you, obviously, you want this to be able to rotate pretty freely. That's the whole live stream right there. I'm just gonna keep playing. It's like a fidget spinner. Cool. My favorite 3D printer so far has got to be my CR10S's. They are just absolute monsters. I have nothing bad to say about them. Though my Max is pretty dope. Is one MG servo? Yeah, they are strong enough, but there's a benefit to using 2 versus 1. All right, so let's kind of catch up here, all right? So again, imagine this whole bracket setup. You want to build this outside of the helmet. You want to have this arm attached to these levers, and this is glued down, obviously I can't take it out right now. And what you're going to do is you're going to actually start playing with the positioning. You're going to try to lay this down in such a way where you have good surface contact with your servo. And let me go and throw this servo in there. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. So there's the servo in place. All right. And I can spin it just a little bit. And you got to be careful on where you leave your servo in an open or closed position, because if it's not working, it might be because your servo is like fully open when it should be fully closed. So fully clothed. Haha, get it? Okay. So what I would do then is like I said, imagine if this is all just one bracket you're holding. You have your servo, you have the faceplate bracket, and then you have this the secondary helper arm. And you're going to want to position it and try to align it the best you can, as square and straight as possible. And then you can do the same thing. You could tape it down, you could temporarily glue it. I actually sometimes use just straight super glue, like a really small dot of it, because it holds well enough, a little bit better than tape, but then it breaks right away. And let's actually try, let's see, how can I get that on there? Mounting the servo down is the problem. And that's actually what this is for. So this little square tab right here, this is meant to be welded down into the helmet right there. And then you can screw the servo in and out without actually having to secure the servo down. Okay, how can I get this to stay there? I guess I could just dump a buttload of super glue on it. But I don't have a lot of good contact because I broke a lot of it out. Because I can't have nice things. Oh, decisions. Oh, you know what I can do? Hold on. There's an idea. We're learning together, guys. Alright, so I want my arm to open that way. So we'll do that. I'm flipping the servo real fast. Yeah, that's better. Alright, so I literally flipped the servo the other way. So instead of the gear being on the forward side of it, it's on the back side of it now. This Thingiverse helmet is not scaled. This Thingiverse helmet is at 100%. Yeah, we're just gonna dump a buttload of super glue and see what happens. Cool. Because right when I'm done with this video, I am ripping this back out. And just to make it go faster, I'm gonna hit it with some accelerator. I keep forgetting one of my printers is on. That's how quiet the damn thing is. Okay. So I'm mounting my servo flat onto that flat bracing we made. Now some helmets, I believe this Thingiverse kit is like a plug and play kit for the Mark III, Mark IV, Mark VI, and Mark VII kits. It's designed to fit inside that Widow's Peak. The Mark 85, however, not so fortunate. Okay. So now that servo is glued in there, temporarily, but it's in there. And you can see I got the whole bracket system pretty straight. All right. Now we're going to do two things. I'm going to very carefully manually open the helmet, and I'm going to throw a bunch of tape around the servo and the Widow's Peak because I don't want this coming off. But I got to fight the tension of the servo arm. Well, that's a good sign. Something did just pop off, though. Hey, that's kind of bad. All right. So, one of my action arms came off. But, fear not. Super glue is here. These are all things that you're going to run into while you're testing. So I'm kind of glad they're happening. As frustrating as they are. Damn, IPLA welded that like a friggin' idiot. Not sure about Frank, but I like to lightly sand the area. Yes, I do that exact same thing for better adhesion. You are not wrong. Okay, so just for extra strength, and so this servo doesn't pop off when I don't want it to, because it's glued there, but it's not the best. I'm gonna actually tape it down against the widow's peak. So please hold. And normally I would use duct tape for this, but since I already have this damn thing painted and going to a friend, I don't want to do that. What time is it? Oh, we're making great time. This is perfect. Now, this very well could just pop off first time we do it, but we might be at a low enough voltage to where it won't matter. I was not planning on motorizing this helmet. You could temporarily put the servo on double stick Velcro. Oh, I do have Velcro. I don't know why I didn't think about Velcro. I have a bunch of Velcro. Thanks, man. Thanks, Dayton. You could have spoke up 5 minutes ago. Jerk. All right. So it's not going to close all the way because I have a buttload of tape kind of stuck in here. But this goes with your final adjustments and alignment. Also, all right, say I mounted my helper arms, right? My helper arms are in place. They're there. The tabs are there. But I'm like, shit, it's not in the right spot. Remember what I showed you guys before? Heating up your arm a little bit. So if you heat up the arm, you can actually make it just a little bit longer. Heat it up, and you can actually pull the hole longer. Not by much, because then you're going to risk damaging it. But you can actually elongate the hole and make your servo arms millimeters longer. Just enough to get you a little bit of better fitment and a little bit better fine tuning. Play with that. Do what you will with that information. I don't really care. All right. So I think we're good to run a test, but these wires aren't long enough. So let's go get something that is. That is my reed switch. I don't want that. All right. This should be long enough. Gotta just throw some wires on here real quick, guys, and call it a day. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I think we have a lot of viewers, actually. I'm actually kind of happy about this. This is pretty fun. How to not wire electronics. Masking tape. Hey, Tony, are you mad at me? Get a breadboard. No. Okay. So when testing a faceplate, I'll always put it in the up position first because it's the least force. If something's going to break, it's going to break on the up, not the down. So this will at least tell me that everything works and if the faceplate closes. And then I'll go for the up action. And if something's going to snap, it's going to be during that up action. So this helmet hasn't been motorized in like months. Did you strip those wires with your teeth? I can. This is the pinnacle of nerd talk. All right. So we don't have a switch hooked up to it. So we're going to have to get creative. I don't feel like wiring in a switch. So we're going to do it the real friggin' ghetto way and just do this. Okay. So it lifts it. That's one direction. Not the band. Now let's do it the other direction. And, oh, hey guys. Now this is only 3 volts. This is 2 AA batteries. So by no means is this anything substantial, but you're gonna wanna test it with a lower voltage and a lower amperage, or else you're gonna, like this big metal servo will crack this entire helmet if I put 12 volts to it. It works. That's it. Cool. Sun's getting real low. Eye twitching OCD. Yeah, deal with it. Okay, guys. So this helmet actually works pretty well. And it's really slow. I'm using a very low voltage. And you can actually see, it flexing this widow's peak because it's not that strong. This helmet is probably my only full PLA helmet. This isn't PLA Plus. It's weak. It's been used and abused. This helmet has issues, but it works. So let's go again. Whee! Now, actually, where is it? Right there. We're going to put something a little more substantial to this, if you guys want. I have duct tape holding my wires together, and I don't care. Do as I say, not as I do, because you'll burn your house down. All right, so I have right here a 5-volt USB battery pack, and I believe it's 2 amps, 2.1 amp output. So this is going to be a little bit stronger than our good old friend, the 3. Why camo? Why not? Could you link us with a set of screws? Hey Tony, do you know where to get these? This kit of screws. I don't have a brand on it. Somebody wants to do that. All right, so this should work a little bit quicker and a little bit stronger. All right, see how much quicker that goes? Yeah, I think I just broke one of the arms actually, so whatever. That's it. Like we just mode. Okay, granted, I had positioning already kind of figured out, but this is these are the steps you have to go through. Like there's no way around this unless we start talking about the helmet that we kind of designed to be a little bit easier than this. We've taken that guesswork out of it, but again, that's for only one individual helmet. That's only for the CG Trader Mark 85 helmet at 96%. So this works. Now it would be a matter of now finalizing where your hinges are, getting the alignment issues. Now this faceplate never really fully aligned anyway. If we were to do this other helmet over here, I promise you it would close much better. But the helmet's motorized. Now you could go. Now what wouldn't be a bad idea? Actually, now that I'm kind of thinking about it. So where is it? Right there. Nope, that's not it. I have one. I know I have one. There it is. So we're testing with these big ass Metal Gear servos, right? We're testing with these ones. Okay. You found me on TikTok. There it is. There's the first one, guys. All right. So we have 2 servos here, right? They're both MG90s. This one's hot wired. This one will work off of a battery, just a normal, AA, AAA, 9-volt battery, whatever. This one is still Arduino driven. This one still has the microcontroller board inside of it, all right? What wouldn't be a bad idea to do is as you're going through and testing this, testing positioning, testing the hinges, use one of the hot wired servos. This way you can literally just sit here and there's no programming, there's no guesswork. It's all right here. You can just hook up a battery and test your system. Then you can go back in, go in there and actually put in your Arduino servo, and then it works. You know you have the hard part done. Thank you, Tony Stark. The big servo in the helmet is the MG996R. It's a giant Metal Gear servo. It's fast too. This servo is very quick. Oh, also here I want to show you guys something that I'd recently just thought about, and we'll do it on this servo. Okay, say you motorize the helmet the way I did, right? You used a hot wired servo. But say down the line you want to go back, and I think Tony, me and you talked about this. Say eventually you want to go back and you want to put an Arduino to it. You want to program it and control it, but you aren't there yet in your skill set. Hell, I'm not there yet in my skill set. Okay. You can actually, and I might do a video on this. You can do both. You know the little girl when they're in the taco. There's the commercial for Old El Paso, I think, or it's Ortega, and she's like, why can't, we want both tacos. And she's like, why can't we have both? And everybody starts celebrating. You can literally have both if you want, of a hot wired servo and an actual programmable Arduino servo. So let me crack this servo open real quick and let me show you what I'm talking about. And Tony, if this is wrong, let me know, but I think we talked about this and there shouldn't be any reason you can't do this. You just can't do both at the same time. All right, so if you guys have seen my tutorial on hot wiring a servo, all right, you take off the back cover plate, all right? So there's inside your servo. And if you know anything about electronics, you know that this is a DC motor, and this is a little microcontroller board to control that. As the Arduino pulses signal and 5 volt and whatever, this board tells this servo to move, and I'm pretty sure it has a is it a thermal limiter? It's a torque limiter. So basically, once the servo starts to build up too much torque or voltage, the Arduino knows, hey, stop, or the little control board in there says, hey, stop, you're going too far. It won't damage the servo. The live has not just started. We're actually we're an hour into the live, but it's going to be on my channel anyway. So, can you guys see this? Let's see. All right, so you see these 2 red wires that are just going to the servo, and you know what? We can do this right now. Hold on. Hold the hell on. We're gonna do a thing. We're gonna have some fun here. Do I have none? I have none. Okay. And maybe somebody already knows where I'm going with this. Now, normally in my servo hot wiring tutorial, I'll show you rip out this whole control board, right? But what you could do if you really wanted to, if you wanted to flip-flop between a servo, yeah, the current draw, thank you. I like blanked on like specifically what it was doing. Yep, because power can then translate into heat and draw, and then you can overheat the system. So what I'm doing is I'm actually wrapping these wires around the DC motor side of the circuit. And what this is going to let you do is bypass the control board completely and power the servo. It's the same way this little control board operates a very similar way to how your car window knows when there's something in the way of it. The motor starts pulling too much draw, more than it should. It knows something's obstructing it, and then it tells it, hey, stop. Okay, so now we still have the control board wired into the servo, but what we can still do now and we'll use this guy. Yeah, you work. Cool. Now, I don't know if you guys will be able to hear it. It's very, very quiet. Very, very super awesome. Maybe you guys can see it if I do that. We're getting creative. I don't know if you can see that gear. It moves. Yes. So, this is a I'll call this a dual purpose servo right now. And what you can now do is close this up. You can get kind of creative with it. Let's do this. So this is where that little tab comes through. We're gonna actually cut this out and open it up a little bit. Yeah, I need to do a tutorial on this. This will help a lot of people in the testing phases. No, but there's the internet. You can try the internet. The internet has a lot of information on it. Skillshare? I'm not sponsored by them, but I always see YouTubers talking about it. Thank you, Skillshare. Go blah blah blah. Learn how to do this. Learn how to do that. It's not hard. I just don't feel like doing it. One day I will. Okay, guys. So this servo is back together. Now, I wish I had thought about this earlier, because I could have put this servo in this helmet, and with these 2 green wires coming out of it, I can test the servo. I can actually sit here now, and you know what? Where is it? Right there. We'll get the servo to spin a little bit faster, and we'll put one of these things on it, so you guys can see it spinning. See, my desk started organized, and just like my life, it's in shambles. Okay. So can you guys see this arm? Ah, of course, I maxed it out already. That's my luck. Cool. So now, you can test this servo without an Arduino, without programming. You can literally just check the way it opens and closes the helmet, and then you can either leave these wires there for testing in the future, or you can just go through, cut them off, make sure you tape them off, or you can just go back in and remove them. But this is like a semi-hot wired servo. This is going to be useful. I'm going to put this in my helmet, actually. I'm going to put this in my Mark 85 helmet. Yeah. Okay. Now, let's talk about why you would want one servo versus another. We're going to talk about this for maybe another 10 minutes, and then we'll go into a Q&A. You don't have to convince me for anything. I'm going to do it, just not yet on my 85. It's going to be Star Boost. Star Boost is going to have some cool features. I have plans. I have big plans. All right. So we know this works now. And because this helmet is moving so slow, you guys aren't seeing the effects of it. And part of me wants to pulse some 9-volt to it just so you can see it. All right. All right, actually, you can kind of see that there. Oh, there goes, broke one of the arms. So what happens when you have one servo, if your hinges aren't nice and tight, the faceplate will open kind of sideways and crooked. Some of you might have noticed this on some of your own setups. Now, this is where you might want to consider 1 versus 2 servos. Now, this MG90, this 99 is big. You couldn't fit 2 of these in there. It's just, they're too large. But you could fit 2 of these smaller servos in there just fine. And that's actually what good guy Tony Stark has gone and done with this helmet. So it's the perfect distance away to just work, and it works perfectly. So now you're going to be a little bit limited on your torque and the actual strength of the servo because it is a lot smaller, but you have 2 of them, and then the action of the helmet opening and closing is going to be nice and even. Yes, this is a phone USB charging pack, and then all I did was cut a USB cable apart, and then that's it. And I have a plug for it, but let's just not talk about that. This is the same type of battery pack. So this is the same thing, USB power pack, but this is 12 volts. So yeah, so it's really up to you on if you want to use 1 servo or 2. It's really just preference. It's what you want to get. This setup, I really like that Tony made this. This is awesome. This is going to make things a lot easier, and you can actually see right in here. He used the Thingiverse file set to model this because right in there, inside that faceplate where the brackets are, right there, that's the same bracket you would glue into the helmet once you printed out the file, except this was already modeled into the faceplate itself, which is just super cool IMO. Did you fail? No, okay. So let's take another look at this helmet. We'll put this back together. My life is in ruins. I hope this helps you guys. I do. I know it's a lot. I know it's not the end-all, be-all. Discord plug. Thanks, Doc. See, it plugs in to the DPD, the dual polarity dual throw, or cool. Now you see how evenly it opens? It opens straight. There's no, it doesn't fight itself. The torque is even on both motors. And that's just 5 volts. That's 5 volts and 2 of these little MG90 servos hot wired. No, sorry, SG. These are the soft ones. Yep. That's that, guys. I really don't have much more to show you. I am going to be doing a separate video in regards to how to wire up the dual polarity, the switch, the toggle switch for this, because this can fit nicely like in the cheek of your helmet. I also have a setup now where it has the limiter switches involved, and that's actually sitting up here. A little bit of testing, if you will. So this actually has the limiter switches. This works, but it's a little sloppy right now. So please ignore that. What is a Discord? It's good. It's good stuff. Astaroth, you can drop a link too, Mr. Moderator, admin. All right, so I'm gonna start cleaning this up, guys. And while I'm cleaning this up, we can do like a Q&A. I'm okay going over the 90 minutes if you guys are, you know, talking and engaging. I want to help you guys. I want to answer some questions. Yeah, the Discord is awesome. It is going way better than I thought it would. Like, I knew it would be fun, and I knew you guys would contribute, but it's going pretty cool. Oh, I can actually just come over here and keep talking because I have my microphone. So it doesn't matter how far away I am. Oh, this is kind of fun. This is kind of fun and neat. So we're going to reposition this. And we're going to lift the camera up now, and this way you guys can see everything while I kind of clean up and take your questions and answer your questions. Hey, what's up? Cool. So I love doing these things, guys. I love being able to talk to you guys and teach you guys this type of stuff. Like this, I love this. I love that. So the servo just stops when the faceplate is up, or do you do something to make it stop and not break the helmet? That depends on the servo you're using. Now, some of like these little dinky plastic servos, they only have a range of motion, I believe, of 130 degrees. You'll max these servos out before anything bad happens. Now, the metal servo that's in here, the big one, this has a much bigger range of motion. You need to stop it or it will snap something. There are limiter switches you can use, but the wiring for them gets a little tricky. And you can wire them into the system. You can actually hear, I don't know if you guys can see it. So right there, I actually have one limiter switch in place. This is for the LED eyes. This interrupts the circuit for the LED eyes, so when the faceplate comes down, the eyes automatically turn on. And you can get really creative with those type of servos and systems. Where are you? There it is. You're in here somewhere. I know you are. I installed you. All right, there you go. It's really cool. Lots of knowledgeable people. Yeah, the next Star Boost video, I should have it out sometime this week. Star Boost is taking a little bit of a back seat while I finish my Mark 85. That's why it's in pieces on the ground. I need to finish it, but I'm still going to do a Star Boost video because I'm done with the whole upper body. It's all printed, and then I am printing. I just got done with all the knees. I just have the shins and thighs left. The feet are done. The waist is done. The cod piece is done. So Star Boost is coming along. But I'm not going to be once Star Boost is printed, it is on pause until the 85 is done. I need to do that. It's just something I have decided on. Stop. Why are you this way? Ooh, that got hot fast. It's a nice, you can't see it, but red eyes. Actually, you can see it if I turn that off. So that's the camo helmet, if anybody was wondering. These are red. It's just the camera doesn't do it any justice. These are very, very red eyes. And you can see through them just fine, actually. Oh, I can actually still see the chat. Oh, don't touch. Didn't think there was that much that goes into motorizing the faceplate. If you get good at it, it's easy. I'm not good at it. It's still difficult for me. That's why I don't sell motorized helmets. It's just, it's difficult. There's a lot, and that's, like I said, that's not even including the Arduino and the programming that can go into something like that. That's why I like using the hot wired servos. To me, it's easier. To some people, it might not be. Yes, exactly. My favorite type of pizza is pepperoni. How did you manage to make it less aggressive as it was? The one in the Instagram story was using my 12-volt battery pack. This thing is strong. Playing around with it, if you get those LED eyes, they actually come with... there's no power on them. Boo, boo. They actually come with these little pre-wired battery packs. And these are just 3-volt battery packs, and these are really good for testing servos and other systems. Not the best for some LEDs, but you'll manage. You'll figure it out. You did last, but that's why these soft gear servos are kind of risky, because the second you overpower these, you're gonna strip out the gears inside of them, and then the servo's done. I think I have. Yeah, here it is. Here we go. Want to hear something? Want to hear a wretched sound? Hold on. I'll do this. I do this because I love you guys. Oh, see, that one didn't. That one actually didn't strip out. But you can actually hear the gears fracturing and screaming inside of it. There's no gears left in that. There's no gears left in this servo. It's dead because I overpowered it, and it's been like that. Just, you know, what are you gonna do? So this servo's trash and actually gone. I don't even need to worry about the damn thing anymore. How are you doing? I'm doing really good today. I'm moving rooms, kind of. We made my wife made a little bit of an executive decision. Because of the whole coronavirus thing, because of we're probably not going to have much family come out here and visit us before we move. We move in less than a year now. We actually got, and no matter where we go, one of our guest bedrooms, we're not bringing any of that furniture with us. It was like it was a bed we've had for a while, a nightstand, and all this crap. We're throwing it out. We're giving some stuff away. We're throwing it out. So the room's going to be empty. So she's letting me move. She's okay with me moving. I don't want to say she's letting, like my boss, like give and take. Which brings me to another point I wanted to talk about. Actually, we have time for it too. I'm going to be moving all my printers into this other room. I'm going to be moving my vinyl cutter, my shirt maker, and some other stuff. And this is just to be the work area. So my printers won't be in here anymore. It'll help for recording. It'll help for these live streams and chats and stuff. So this will be like the work collection space. I won't have this big honking mess of a printer anymore. Like, can you guys even hear that my CR10 is even on? Look at that thing. Nice and quiet. That silent board's no joke. It's incredible. I've been sleeping on silent boards. Get one. Get one. Is the helmet painting going to be a live stream or a full video? Both. I'm literally in the middle of I was editing today a priming and sanding tutorial, like how I prime and prep and the different types of primers. That's going to be a whole video series. So it's going to be priming and prepping. Then there's going to be another one that has to do with painting, another one that has to do with clear coating, and another one that has to do with finishing and polishing and wet sanding. But I did think about setting up a live stream like this where I'm in the garage and I show you guys how I paint helmets, because I can get a full helmet painted in less than an hour. So we might do that, because a lot of the paints I use dry really freakishly quickly. This gunmetal that's on this helmet right here, like in the teeth and around here, this gunmetal dries in like 10 minutes. It's ridiculous. And I can put tape on it in 20. How are the dogs doing? The dogs are good. I don't know where they are. Usually they're in here with me. Pineapple on pizza is disgusting. And you're foul. You're a foul person. How much for a helmet? DM me. PM me. Message me. Not here. A day in the life. Yay. Hey, no problem, Tony. Thank you for sacrificing yourself. Is it possible to do the whole Star Boost suit on just the CR10S? It is absolutely possible. You're just going to have to cut a lot of things up. The backpack, oh god, the backpack is huge. No problem, Gabriel. So I want to talk about something real quick. And some of you might just straight up tune out of this right now because you're like, I don't want to hear this. Somebody left an interesting comment on my Instagram, and a couple people have said similar comments, and they've left similar comments. They said, how does your wife deal with all your hobbies? And the way they worded that, the word deal, that's what got me. And I've seen that in multiple other places, and you'll see this. I think it's always been a little bit in our culture. You know, the husband is, they always, especially TV shows, older TV shows like 90s and early sitcoms, they'll be like, you know, the male is this big doofy, I like sports and beer, and you know, I think that stereotype is starting to disappear, which is good. And then the woman cooks and cleans, and so that's dissipating, which is great. You know, but how does your wife deal with your hobbies? And I know these people. You probably know these people too. These are the people who they have a marriage or they have a relationship, but like they're not partners, or they're not, I don't know how to explain it, but my wife doesn't deal with my hobbies. My wife, she is okay with my hobbies. I've known plenty of people to give up passions, to give up hobbies, to give up A, B, or C because a significant other wasn't okay with it, or a significant other. Now, there are limitations to this. There are clearly limitations to this. I knew one individual who he felt that all the money he made at work was his money, and he could do whatever the hell he wanted with it. He didn't contribute to bills. He didn't contribute to... He was a kid. He was a fresh out of high school kid, got married a little young, which is fine, but he just... Some people aren't ready for that. And he wasn't working with his wife properly. He didn't work with his significant other properly on managing finances, on all this. They are no longer together, but there was no communication there. You know, there was no give and take, and like... So you can't just abuse that. Like, oh, it's my hobby. I can't change for you. You need to there also needs to be compromise here. If I was sitting here spending thousands of our dollars on 3D printing and wasting all this money, I'm printing this, and then she's like, hey, can you let up a little bit? And I'm like, what do you mean? This is my hobby. It's my money. You got to chill out there. There's a little bit of there's a balance. But I could never imagine, and I know she would never ask me to give up a hobby for whatever reason. Now, again, if it was detrimental to our life, I'm spending way too much money on car parts. If this 3D printing hobby wasn't a little bit self-sustaining, if I couldn't make money off of this selling prints, I probably wouldn't have as much. I wouldn't have 5 printers. You know, I'd have to balance it. So it's in a good place, and she knows it makes me happy, and that's something that I think you need to find that person who is okay letting you do something like that. You know. You need to find, what if I gave up my 3D printing, if I gave up my cars, my drifting, my liking mechanics, liking Gundam models and anime, like what would I be? I would just be a yes man to my wife, and that's like, that sucks. Like, why would I do that? So yeah, there's like, my wife likes this hobby. Like, no, she's not in here every day helping me grinding away 3D printing, like, that's not how it is. But she, you know, I'll show her, like, she's so cool. She's so cool, or excited that the Discord's doing so well. When Gaming Bible made that video about my suit, like, I was geeking out. She was like, so like, she's happy to see it. Is it her hobby? No. I think you also need to have separate hobbies from your significant other, because space and distance is also important to those type of relationships, I feel. Now, do what you will with all that information and that rant, but just that comment, just it was interesting. I was like, nah, she doesn't deal with it. There's no dealing with it. It's my hobby, and like, and if I've seen people, you know, be given ultimatums, give that up, or this is happening, and it's like, that's a little much, you know. Let's see. Discuss blah blah blah. Deal with it sounds like if you were a burden to her. Yeah, exactly. My girlfriend actually helps me build foam suits. There you go. Tonight on Getting Real with Frank. You should maybe make a pepper pots. She's joked about that. Yeah, there's a rescue suit. There's great rescue suits out there. Preach. So that was actually funny. We were laying, I think we were on the couch or something, and she's like, why don't you make me a female Iron Man suit? And I'm like, well, there's the rescue suit. And she looked at me, she was like, wait, they actually make one? Like, she had no idea. Don't shame her. She's still never seen Endgame, or Infinity War, or most of Phase 3 Marvel movies. Yeah. It's rough. That's rough sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, DO3D has a very good rescue suit. It's nice. It looks great. Do it. No, because she'll never wear it. I might make her a helmet. I think it'd be cool to have the Rescue and the Mark 85 helmets in there. They'd be pretty neat. If it was a burrito, it would be neato. We're gonna put that back there. Don't fall, please. I will be the big sad if it falls. Yep. Current events and topics. Not current events in that sense. This isn't what this is for. I can get a 3D printer if my wife can get some 3D printed vase. There you go, dude. Compromise. Print her stuff. Happy wife, happy life. False. False. If you need to change what you're doing to appease your SO to some extent, that's not right. It's not. You both should be happy. That's why it's called a marriage. It's not a wifage or, you know, servitude. Yeah. I don't agree with the happy wife, happy life thing. I don't. Sorry. Your happiness is just as important. She never wears anything I buy her. That'd be pretty funny, actually. Hell yeah. It's such a good time to be a nerd, too. Can we talk about that? Can we drop in facts? Why don't I have 1 million subs? Because you guys don't watch my stuff when I post it. That's why. I know why. Y'all just use me for information. That's it. Like a cheap hooker that has knowledge, street knowledge. Chopping that equality wifage? I don't know. There's a give and take. Oh, where'd it go? There it is. Well, we're at 32. We'll push this out. I'm okay doing this. It's a live stream. Why not? Mine didn't see any Marvel movie before I met her. That's good. You're a simp. I like that. That's a good way to put that. That's a good way to put that. She took the first pictures of me in the suit. Is it my profile picture? Hold on. Is it my actual YouTube picture? Yeah, the picture, my actual like little profile picture. She took that picture. She did my first cosplay photo shoot with me. Like, she has no interest in cosplay. She doesn't care about that. Like, she cares that I care about that, you know? You don't need to be on board 100% with your significant other's hobbies whatsoever. But you should understand them, you know? I think that's important. Yep. Facts. Get all your facts right here, 24/7 at Frank's Fact Shop. Let's see. What do we got? Keep talking, liking you more and more, Smack Daddy. I like me more and more too, Smack Daddy. Yeah, it's such a good time to be a nerd. It's friggin' great. I wish I could go back and tell high school me to just like stop giving such a shit what people think. Like, really, oh my god, I wasted so much time as a kid caring what other people thought. And you need to an extent. I don't think it's the best advice to tell your kid, like, you shouldn't worry about what other people think. That's all you worry about in high school, is exactly what other people think. Like, that's the point of it. If everybody in high school hates you, you're not going to have a good time in high school. Like, you're not going to have a good time in school. So, to an extent, you kind of do need to think of, you do need to care what people think about you until you don't have to anymore. I am no longer affected by my peers. I don't care. You know, you do hit that spot in your life where you're like, all right, I don't care anymore. I want to do me. I'm doing me. But as a kid in like school, it's not that simple. And I don't know if parents forget that, or maybe, you know, I'm sure my mom and dad had a much different time in school than I did growing up, just because of the times and the culture. And so it's interesting. It's very interesting. But I love being a nerd. I'm a former closet nerd, if you will. Yeah, mine doesn't see any Marvel movie, giving up everything. Simp, blah, blah, blah. Age of the Geek, we will rise. Being a nerd and owning a 3D printer is the coolest thing, though, man. Why sink thousands into my favorite merch when... Exactly, dude. So, I don't know if you guys can... Well, I can show you. So, these are all my stickers. You've probably seen them in my videos. So, it's kind of relatable to the 3D printer thing, right? Once my wife got me a vinyl cutter, a Silhouette Cameo vinyl cutter, I don't buy stickers anymore. Like, you know, you'll be at a store and be like, man, I want that brand, or I want that logo, or I've evolved beyond that. And that was very simple with like making a vinyl sticker cutter, you know, like I can see a sticker and be like, I don't have to pay for that. I can go and cut that out. I can go and print that, cut that out, and then I have my own. I can resize it. All I have to do is take a picture of it, and I can pretty much make any logo I want. That's the same with 3D printing. Now, you all might be wondering, probably not, no one's wondering this, I don't have a Captain America shield, and people keep asking me, hey man, are you going to print one? No, I am never going to print a Captain America shield. It's not worth it. The Marvel Legends Captain America shield is metal, it's perfectly smooth, it's metallic, and it's like $100. My quality will, I'm making a giant round disc like that, I'll never come close to that quality. To me, better to buy it. I'll buy it, it'll be on the wall. Now I might print his damage shield because I can get away a little bit more with those crimes and those like, this isn't perfect because it doesn't need to be. But you don't have to 3D print everything. However, if I wanted to go to the store and buy Stormbreaker, I can't. You need to either find somebody to make it or you make it yourself. So what, like what the hell? Like, you can just make this in your house now. Like, this thing that only existed in a fictional universe on a movie screen. Like, you can have this now and just make it. Like, that's fucking amazing. I love it. Okay, I haven't made a video about it yet, but I've altered the placement of the tabs. So in my other videos, I have the tabs up here. This placement works so much better for being able to get the faceplate on and off with one hand. Because the other ones, you need to like twist it to the side. And this works beautifully. Oh, and you guys, hold on.
Sorry if that was loud, but you guys can probably still hear me just fine. And I can see you just fine too. Here, we'll do this. We'll make this a little bit of an interesting live stream. There we go. And I can put the microphone in the helmet, and you guys should be able to hear me just fine. My wife doesn't like sci-fi movies, but she will look it with me, and I don't have all those programs, but I watch them. Yes, the Gundam helmet is half done. It's just been on pause. I did a sticker making video. It's one of my first videos, just no one watches it. I might do a new one though, now that I actually have a fan base. How's that? Is that better? Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
We'll play around with that idea. But anyway, it sounds like you're a pilot. Yep. So that's the new hinge placement, by the way, and it works pretty good. Seamless. We're gonna take this off. All I can hear is grr, brr, brr. Sorry. It was worth trying though, right? It was funny. But cool. Much better. I'm excited. This helmet's for someone special. I'm excited. I hope they like it. Garnar. Shirt is better. Okay. So we're kind of I'll push this out 2 hours. I'm okay with that because you guys are interacting and talking, and I like this. Yeah. Join the Discord. The Discord's fun. A lot of cool people. I think we're up to 150 now, which is pretty fun. Yeah. The Discord's cool. I'm just blanking. I don't know. Just thinking about a lot. Helmets. I got a lot of videos in work. We have, let's see, I have footage for a couple that I still need to edit. I have a general update video filmed. I have a CR10S review filmed, and that's like a year's review. What have I done to maintain it, the problems it's giving me, the upgrades I've done. So it's basically like, because I got it back in July, so it's almost been a year of having that machine, and damn if I ran it into the ground. I have the painting and priming videos I'm working on, which suck and are so hard to make. Installing a main board in a 3D printer, specifically a CR10S, but it can be applied to a lot of the Creality models. I am slowly filming the videos of me restoring that the helmet contest giveaway that's going right now. I'm restoring that helmet, repainting it, cleaning it up. So I'm actually documenting all of that, which is fun. That I'm enjoying. And 161 in the Discord. Damn. Wow. What's the difference between the Thingiverse 1 and Thingiverse 2 helmets? I can show you. That's the Thingiverse V2. This is the Thingiverse version 1. Isn't that crazy how that worked out? The Thingiverse version 2 helmet, it's angled. It's weird. It's a bigger helmet. There's no lip around the bottom. It's just an odd-shaped helmet. I kind of wish they would just remove it from Thingiverse. It's bad. The version 1 helmet, however, is a lot rounder. It's a lot more screen accurate. It fits this is my favorite helmet to print. I like printing this helmet more than the CG Trader one, but I can't sell this one, so that's why I don't print this one anymore. It's sleek. The faceplate's nice. The only thing wrong with it really is like the eyes. The eyes are just not quite right. The back's pretty nice and detailed. It's a good helmet. This is probably my favorite free helmet out there. It's great. Print it. Print it. Look, you can see the camera. I got this gold good. This gold. Whew. Yes. And then there's this guy. And this is another damaged helmet I'm working on right now. It's still, so the painting's done. I damaged it, now I'm painting it. And yeah, I need to finish damaging it a little bit more, add some chrome and weather it. But I love how this helmet came out. This thing looks awesome. And it'll go, and I actually cracked the lens on this one. Because I wanted to. It's hard to see. There it is. So that lens is all destroyed and shit. So that's cool. Your small V1. Good. That's going to be fun. The contest is giving me a lot of cool ideas for content. Oh. And now I can show you guys this thing and still talk, because this wireless mic. Isn't this thing fucking awesome? I love this thing. I could literally just stand here and hold this. I'm so proud of this damn thing. And the fact that I can hold it just makes me so happy. Like a 6.5 foot Buster Sword. What more do you want from life? And it only weighs 5.5 pounds. Yeah. Comic-Con's gonna be lit. I can't wait. Stay. It's gonna fall over probably. Whatever. And then that goes back up there. Okay, we're pretty much cleaned up. Has everybody started tuning out? No, we still got a good amount of viewers. Cool, awesome. Thanks, guys. Yeah, yeah, the Discord. We talked about the Discord. If anybody gives a crap, it's in the description. I did start a Patreon account to help start funding this, because printing helmets to sell, it's fun, but it is getting a little bit repetitive and monotonous. And I know I could print other helmets, but it'd be cool to not have to do that at all. What I would ideally like to do is be able to do very unique, make a Stormbreaker and give that away, print a helmet and give that away, print a Keyblade and give that away. Like, I can do these projects, and so they don't clutter up my house, I can just give them away for the contest. But right now I have to dedicate so much time to still funding all of this. It's a balance, and I'd really like to start offsetting that balance. But yeah, it's in the link in the description if you guys are interested. If not, totally fine. I'm not restricting any content. It's all bonus content. It's all extra stuff. So tutorials and stuff like that aren't going away. I promise. The but it is going good. The Patreon is going better than I thought it would. I do appreciate anybody who has joined, and actually, thank you for reminding me about that, because I actually had, and I wanted to give a shout out to the patrons, because they, you know, they're awesome, and I wanted to say thank you to Jose Ortega, Kelly Moran, Nexum13, and Luke Bettles. So thank you very much for joining the Patreon and supporting me. Like, that every little bit helps. Like, really, and even that's filament. Like, really, that's the biggest cost of this hobby, is I need filament to make stuff to give away. So automatically, that's a little bit less money I have to spend on filament. I can put that money towards filament, yeah. And then if I, you know, it's not money out of my pocket or money I had to make from selling my own stuff, and I can now just keep funding these projects and doing giveaways. Because I'd like the giveaways to not always be helmets. I would love to give away a Keyblade or an Iron Man gauntlet or something. So I have a lot of cool stuff planned. Yeah. So how do you make the camp look on the camp? This is a fully white painted helmet with vinyl wrap. With my silhouette camp, my vinyl cutter, my sticker cutter. I cut out all the camo and just stuck it on. It's a sticker. It's a big old sticker. It was easier than trying to paint it. I am going to try to hydro dip the helmet, though. I know how to hydro dip, and I never thought about doing it on a helmet. Thoughts on making Captain America shield helmet? I might make the helmet. That'd be cool. My favorite video game is, it's a mix between Kingdom Hearts, all of the Kingdom Hearts, the whole series, all 9 or 10 of the games, and Horizon Zero Dawn. That game is freaking amazing. And Prince of Persia. That damage? No. I did all that damage by myself. This is what the helmet looks like brand new painted. Or just, this is a raw paint job. And then this is the damage. See? I damaged it all myself. By hand, because I'm a masochist. And I like that stuff, I guess. Guessing I missed the hinge bits. Yeah, it'll be live, James Lee. It'll be on there. So, yeah. What about the Iron Man colored Buster Sword? That'd be kind of cool. How many plans for other huge prints? I brought this up before, but while the Iron Man focus is nice, I'd love to see. I mean, yeah, I just got done with the Buster Sword. Don't you fall. So the guy who made the Buster Sword files, 3D Dutchy, go check out his store. He has some cool stuff. If you like Bleach, he has some cool Bleach swords. I might print a Bleach sword. The Zangetsu? Hold on. I'm probably saying that wrong. Some swords from Bleach. Anyway, they're big. I like big swords. He is working on a special project for me, actually. There's 2 weapons from a thing I have always wanted, and the only 3D files out there are really, really shitty PEP files, which is fine for papercraft. They don't translate well for 3D printed in this case. He's designing these weapons for me from the ground up, and he's already sent me a picture of one of them. Oh my god, I am so excited. Yeah, can't wait. Going to be subbing to the page. Oh, dude, thank you, Doctor. I appreciate that. Oh, I wish I could play COD without my laptop scream for its life. Nice sword to keep the people at distance from the corona. Yeah, you're right. I'm not an Overwatch fan, Smack Daddy. I know you said you were liking me. You're probably liking me a little less. I'm not a big Overwatch fan. Zangetsu. Thank you. Big Bleach. Did I say that right? Yeah, Zangetsu. So, I'm actually going to be doing a video on the Keyblade. I'm going to make a new one. And it's a free file, so it'll be cool for anybody to print. And I actually made this longer than it should be. I made this, I think, about 5 or 6 inches longer than it should be, because I wanted it to feel like an actual sword. So yeah, I love this Keyblade. This is my first big project. Trying to find a chain with big links was such a pain in the ass, because I didn't want really dinky little chains, and then I have the little Mickey emblem. Yeah, I love this Keyblade. I love Kingdom Hearts. If any of you guys ever want to talk Kingdom Hearts about the lore and the whole story, I am so down for that. We can have a Discord channel just about Kingdom Hearts. I love it. Oh god, my wife likes watching me play it because she likes the characters. I like it because of that interconnecting story. Mind blowing, absolutely mind blowing. Oathkeeper one. I wish. Smack. What the thing I was just holding? The Keyblade? Kingdom Hearts. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yep. And I still have one other secret project in work, believe it or not. That's a problem. Here is the Gundam helmet. We have 10 minutes left. Here is the Gundam helmet. It's just sitting dormant right now for a couple reasons, but I'm going to finish this one day, I promise. So, I only have one secret project, and you guys can't see that, actually. What I'm going to do is I'm going to print another Buster Sword, and I might give it away to somebody in the UK, because I don't know if you guys saw the video, I printed one part of the Buster Sword at 100%. So what would be the logical thing to do, you know? Throw this out and waste this material, or print the rest of the sword and finish this. I'm going to print the rest of the sword and finish it, but I'm going to finish it, it's going to be Cloud's Buster Sword. It's not going to be Zach's. It's going to have a Cloud's hilt. So, fun times. Kingdom Hearts, like a castle, a kingdom. Kingdom Hearts is indeed really good game. Played it for days without touching COD. Horizon Zero Dawn is still like probably actually my favorite game of the past 10 years. 3D Uchi. Hold on, go to CG Trader and search 3D Uchi. That's it. My other Oblivion Keyblade. Oh, Oblivion would be cool. We want to know more about the Eternals movie. Will we make? Possibly. Yeah, I'd definitely look into that. Kingdom Hearts 1 was my first game on PS2 back then when I was 12. I don't remember the game that much, but I remember having the most awesome time with it. Should look more into the good PS2 emulator. No, you don't need to. If you have PlayStation 4, they sell every Kingdom Hearts game for PlayStation 4. In 3 discs, you can have Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 Remix with Recoded, Chain of Memories, 358/2, and Birth by Sleep. Birth by Sleep is so underrated. And then you get the 2.8 disc, which has Dream Drop Distance and the Prelude to 3. And then you can get Kingdom Hearts 3. So you can have them all on the disc. They're awesome. Me and my wife just started playing them again, actually. Oh, the Mark V suitcase build. Nah, I might be the only one in the world who doesn't like the Mark V. I think it's a cool concept, an homage to the comics and the old cartoon, but I don't like it. Where is it? Oh, it's over there. Cough, cough. Yeah. So that's surprise you with a cool model soon, Frank. Jeet, I will. If you surprise me with a cool model, as long as I like it, I will print it. Hands down. Absolutely. Sorry. Okay. So yeah, join the Discord. There's a bunch of people on there, bunch of nerds, bunch of really smart people who know way more about this crap than I do. But it's a good community. It's not bogged down by all the random questions of Facebook. I think we've done a good job of separating with all the sections, and we're still evolving it and growing it. Discord member, Patreon. Okay, Dr. Disinfectant. Actually, yes, my wife was talking about that. A Jackbox game night, party night, and there'd be more to come to that. Discord members would be a little bit harder because there's over 150 of you, but the Patreon members maybe doing like a exclusive video game night thing. We'll see. We were just talking about that today because she's in a Discord for Animal Crossing, so they do things like that too, which is pretty fun. If you want to play Animal Crossing with my wife and you want to trade things and you're in the Southern Hemisphere, let me know. Yeah, join the Discord. It's free. A lot of cool information on there. It's a cool little community. It's evolving and it's really fun. Yeah, so check that out. The Patreon's a thing if you're interested. It'd be cool. A lot of cool videos coming up. Hopefully I can keep on this grind and keep giving you guys a lot of information. I hope this video was beneficial to you guys. Please let me know if it was. If you did learn something, or if you just were like, you idiot, you just babbled for 2 hours, I didn't learn a damn thing, let me know. Yeah. Check out my Instagram, a lot more updates there. Easier to talk to me one-on-one, but if you want to talk to everybody, Discord. And what else? If you want a chance to win a Mark 6 battle damaged Iron Man helmet, which isn't in the room because it's in my garage getting painted again, check the video out. It was posted like 2 or 3 videos ago, I don't know. Go check on that. So you have till June 15th. It was my original helmet. It was the first Iron Man helmet I printed. I am very sad to see it go, but damn, I'm a pack rat and I like clutter, so I need to get rid of some shit. I'm trying to clear out some of the shelf with the cases, so yeah. Yeah. Can you maybe suggest some websites that give out cool free Iron Man PEP files? I can't speak much for PEP files. Thingiverse has a lot of cool free files on it, though. DO3D Forum.com has a lot of cool free Iron Man files now, too. They are very much invested in the Iron Man kick right now, and they're riding that wave until they can't anymore. Yes. Thank you guys for tuning in. I think this was like my most viewed video, which is like awesome. So thank you so much for all of this. Yeah, hour and 55 minutes of me talking. How I don't lose my voice is amazing. Yeah, spam. That's it. Every time you tag me in your story, you're entered again. And honestly, this contest, I was expecting this contest to be a lot more popular, but then some things happened in the world, and it's kind of gotten brushed under the rug, which is fine. My contest is by no means important, but if you ever had a good chance of winning, it's this contest, which is cool because that means it's only the people who are really invested in my channel, which means the helmet's going to go to a good place. So I'm actually kind of happy about that. It's not blowing up, and I know this helmet's going to go to somebody who actually like follows me, and that'll make me happy because again, it's my first helmet. I learned a lot on it, and I want it to go to a good home. So thank you, everybody. No, Hugo, you're amazing. So thank you very much. I'm going to cut out right about now. Remcall, I didn't even see you in the chat, man. What, you just dropped one comment? Messed up, dude. Messed up. Yeah, join the Discord. Message me on Instagram. I want to keep making cool shit. So help me keep making cool shit. Because this is fun. Have a good night. And I'm probably going live on Instagram right after this while I clean up. So if you are not sick of listening to me talk, head over there. Have a good night. Bye.